Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another chapter of Nick the Geek. This week we're going to continue talking about equations, and this week we're going to touch base on type 4 equations. So get ready and here we go. Well guys, as I was telling you, this week we're going to talk a little bit about equations, type 4. So the first thing that you're going to see in this kind of equations is that the variable appears more than once. It can be x, as written here, but it can also be y, z, it can be any other letter. You're going to also see that the parentheses and the brackets are used like a lot. So if you see parentheses and brackets a lot in the equation, most likely it's because it's an equation type 4. If that happens, we're gonna need to use the distributive property, which is this one, and this is gonna be really important. So if we're gonna need to multiply a number times something that it's in brackets or parentheses, we need to distribute it this way. So A times B plus A times C. And then when you distribute, after distributing, you're gonna notice that the equation becomes easier, and this is something that we learned a couple of weeks ago, and you're going to notice that it becomes a type 1 or type 2 equation. So let's do a couple examples, and we go from there. Okay, as a first example, we're going to solve this equation. So 3 multiplied x plus 1, which is in parentheses, equals 5 times x minus 2, which is also in parentheses. So first thing that we have to do is we distribute. So 3 times x is going to be 3x. Plus remains because this 3 is positive, so plus times plus is positive. And then 3 times 1 is 3. And the same thing on the right side. So it's going to be equal to 5 times x, 5x, minus, because this 5 is positive, so positive multiplied times negative is going to bring a minus here. So 5 times minus 2 is going to be minus 10. After distributing, you can notice that this is easier to manipulate. So we bring everything that has an x to one side and everything that does not have an x to the other side. So this 5x is positive on the right side, and we're going to bring it to the left side. That's why it becomes negative. This 3x remains positive because it was initially on the left side of the equation, and it's going to be still on the left side of the equation. So 3x minus 5x, everything that has an x on the left side. And the same thing happens with the things that don't have an x. So this minus 10 was on the right side, so it remains negative. But this 3 was on the left side, positive, so we need to bring it to the other side as a negative number. So 3x minus 5x is going to be minus 2x, because 3 minus 5 is minus 2. And that's going to be equal to minus 13. The next step, take a look at this. This minus 2 is multiplying the x, and we need to leave the x alone. We need to get rid of everything that is with the x. So in this case, the minus and the 2. Since this is a multiplication, because minus 2 is multiplying the x, we need to bring it to the right side. But we're not going to do it like before, because it's multiplying in this case. What we're going to do is we bring it to division, because it's multiplying on the left side. So the opposite operation of multiplication is division. And this is going to be the answer, minus 13 divided into minus 2. This could be okay, but keep in mind that a negative number divided into another negative number is a positive number. So x is going to be equal to 13 divided by 2. As a last example, we're going to solve this one. This can be tricky because the initial exercise doesn't have a parenthesis or a bracket. But you can notice that we have an operation at the top and at the bottom. So the first thing we're going to do, and to make this easier, is we're going to bring everything that is below the exercise to the right side. How do we do that? Well, everything is dividing, so we bring everything to the right side as a multiplication. So it's going to be 3x plus 4 equals 5 multiplied times the whole thing, 2x minus 1. Now we have a parenthesis. And then we do the same thing. So in this case, we're going to distribute this side. So it's going to be 5 times 2x is going to be 10x. And then minus, because this 5 is positive, so positive times negative is going to be negative. So 5 times minus 1 is going to be minus 5. And then after this, we bring everything that has an x to one side and everything that doesn't have an x to the other side. In this case, we're bringing everything that has an x to the right side, and everything that doesn't have an x to the left side. You can do either way. So we notice that 4 plus 5 is going to be 9, and then 10x minus 3x is going to be 7x. Since we need the x to be alone, then we need to get rid of this 7. And how do we do that? Well, this 7 is multiplying the x, so we're going to bring it to the other side as a division. So it's going to be 9 divided by 7. Well, I hope you have learned in this exercise. Well, guys, that was all for today. Hope to see you guys next week. And if you like this video, just hit like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Well, take care, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Take care and see you in next week's lessons. Bye. Have a very, very good week.